everyone. This is your host, Glen Guyton, with another episode of the StepOut podcast. Hopefully, you listened to last week's episode, and you know that each and every week when we talk, I want to make sure that you live your ideal life and that you love the life you live, right? Life is too short to be going through life angry and upset, sad and disappointment. But if we find out what our true purpose is, if we can live our ideal lives, the world and ourselves will be much more the better for it. So thank you for joining me once again. And I hope that you have been working on expressing your gratitude this month. This is the gratitude challenge for the month, for 30 days. I want you to go and show the people in your life, appreciation for the things that they've done to help you become who you are, that have helped you along the way, that have nurtured you, that have guided you, that have molded you. If you listened last week, I talked a lot about the challenges that people were participating in, such as the ALS challenge, the Kiss Your Spouse challenge, the Kiss Your Mouse challenge, the twin challenge. I even did the twin challenge. Me and my twin, Steve. Shout out to Steve. Steve, that's in hair school. Shout out to you, brother. I appreciate you, and good luck in hair school, Steve. So there are all these challenges. PTSD. I don't know anybody with PTSD. I don't know anybody with ALS. I do have a spouse, but she doesn't want me posting pictures of her on Facebook. She doesn't like that. So I encourage you this month, these 30 days, hopefully you've already started. You can go into the next month. That's fine. But just take 30 days to show gratitude and appreciation for the people in your life. And this is not a random act of kindness, even though I share with you there's a website called randomactsofkindness.org. You may get some great ideas from that webpage, but I want you to be intentional about the people that you show gratitude for, whether it's your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, your postman, your dog. Postman, we should show appreciation for the postman. Leave the postman, go to your mailbox right now. Go, stop, put pause on this video, go out and do something for your postman or your garbage man. Tell them hi, give them a cup of lemonade. It's hot outside. If you live in Texas like I do, it's hot out there. Give your postman a sip of water. Say, I'm thankful for you delivering my mail, even though sometimes my mail gets lost. But I moved. I know my postman now. I'm sure he or she is a good person. They don't lose my mail like the other post person did. Postal worker, United States Postal Service. UPS man. If you get stuff from Amazon.com, when the UPS man comes, the UPS man, when Brown comes knocking at your door, give him a piece of candy or something. Say hi. Say, I'm so thankful how you diligently every week drop off my UPS. So it's gratitude challenge, 30 days. Do it. Show people appreciation for the things that they've done in your life. And as always, you can join me by Stitcher Radio. You can subscribe on iTunes, or you can subscribe to my YouTube channel. I don't know why you want to watch me do this, but you can. So you may be wondering, well, why does he have this hat on? Well, I bought this hat I'm sorry, people that are listening to this, I have a hat on. I have this straw hat on. You can't see it if you're not watching the YouTube video, but so I have this straw hat on. So some people say, why do you have this straw hat on, Glenn? Well, I have a straw hat on it because today I'm going to talk about the Amish. And you may or may not know that I have some strong ties to the Amish. I work for an Anabaptist group, and we're not here to talk about the Reformation or all the things that went on and how I got connected with this Anabaptist group, but we're here to talk about we're talking about business. And the Amish are amazing business people. It's nothing like that show that you've seen on TV, Breaking Amish. That's all fiction. It's not true. The whole thing is fake. So the Amish people aren't like that, and there's no Amish mafia. It's ridiculous. It's one of the most ridiculous shows on television. But I know some real Amish people, and I've actually stayed in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, parts of Ohio, where Amish people are prevalent where they live. Some of my friends used to be Amish. Yep, some of my friends used to be Amish. And some of you all may say, well, I know that, Glenn. We know that. But some of you may be like, what? Amish? I don't get it. I don't understand. But the Amish are phenomenal business people. And that's what I want to talk to you about. You know, originally when I started the Step Out podcast, I talked about entrepreneurs and people that are going into business. And I think that, you know, as we step out, you know, you may not necessarily want to start a business, but you have to step out into who you feel like you're called to be, who you feel God has called you to be if you are a religious person. But I believe that we were all created. I don't just believe in the randomness of the world. I believe that we all have a predisposition to certain success. We just have to find it, right? I mean, we probably already know it. We just have to accept it. So it's not that we always have to find what it is that we're successful at. We just have to accept those things, because we often look at other people's gifts and wish, oh, I wish I had the gift that Jennifer had. I wish I could run as fast as Jennifer, or I wish I could jump as high as Toby. But maybe that's not what we're called to. Maybe we can play the piano better than those other people. Maybe we can sing. Maybe we are great orators and we can tell a story in very unique ways. What if Dr. Martin Luther King said, I don't want to lead this civil rights movement. I don't care anything about garbage workers and trash, and I think that woman Rosa Parks, she should have just took Uber. What if he said that and he ran away from the gift that God had called him to? We would never have the I have a dream speech. It would not have been the same if he was like, I have a dream that I could be a great running back in the NFL. I don't care what the linebacker says. I don't care what the coaches say, but I will run that ball and I will get a first down. What if Martin Luther King had said that and ran away from his true gift? We would be in a terrible situation, right? We'd be in a bad place in our lives. So we want to do the things that God has created us to do and be who we were created to be. So let's go back to the Amish, because that's how this whole thing started. I was talking about the Amish. The Amish, what makes Amish businesses successful? You know, Amish businesses have a very high success rate. It says Amish-led enterprises, I can't read today. Amish-led enterprises have an over 95% success rate at staying open at least 5 years. In comparison, less than 50% of most new businesses in America survive that long. What? So the Amish business survives 95% of the time for period of 5 years. I mean, you know, once you pass that 5-year period in business or in marriage, you're probably going to last. And so the Amish have a 95% success rate, and regular businesses have 50%. So what's the difference? Well, I've heard some things. I might have some data too, but I've heard some things. Is that, you know, the Amish business model is one of community. It's not just, I'm going to get out here, I'm going to make a whole bunch of money. And Amish do it. I know some Amish, you think like they're like really simple people that don't have money. I know some Amish people that are balling, as they say, that they are very wealthy people, have a lot of money, and they don't have to pay electric bill, right? I mean, you just think if you make a lot of money and you don't have to pay for electricity and you don't have to pay for a car. I mean, you have to pay for the horse, right? But I don't know what's the you know, like horse versus a Camry. I have a Camry. I don't know which is more fuel efficient. One of those. I don't know. But like the Amish, so they don't have to pay for a lot of these everyday expenses that we have. Plus, they make a lot of money, right? They make a lot of money, and they're successful over 95% of the time. And so the Amish business situation is really about community. And here's some things. I was reading this article in Theology of Work, and about the Amish. It's called www.theologyofwork.org. You can check it out. The High Calling, figuring out Amish success. So you can look that up if you want to. But it says that there are 4 things that the Amish really think about when they're doing a business. A legacy is the first thing. Who will want this after I'm gone? So the business is about, you know, passing it on to family and descendants. Passing on values. That's the second thing. How can this help me teach the importance of things to my children? Very important, right? You want to, again, pass on that legacy. Home and family. How does this business bring us closer rather than push us apart? Now, that is a very untraditional view of business, right? Most of the time we feel like if we're in business, we have to be cutthroat. We can't have a family. And, it's all about making money. It's all about making money. It's not about like how can a business bring us closer to family. Giving back. How can I use this to help others, even those outside my immediate sphere of influence? So those are some different things, a different business model than we typically think of in our American culture. The business is not just about profit, but it's about legacy. It's about something bigger than themselves. It incorporates the whole family. And I think that's one of the reasons why Amish people are so successful in business. And also, what business you go into is also a community decision from what I understand. Like, you don't just open up a business like randomly without consulting the greater body. And the Amish community is a religious community. So it's just a different branch of the Anabaptist faith. And again, this is not about Anabaptism. If you want to learn about Anabaptism, what that means, look up the Reformation, look up Martin Luther, and just type in Anabaptist. That's A-N-A Baptist, not anti-Baptist, Anabaptist. When I first heard about the Mennonites and the Amish people, I was like, anti-Baptist? Why don't they like the Baptists? I'm Presbyterian. I don't really care for the Baptist, but I'm not anti-Baptist. But it's not anti-Baptist, it's Anabaptist, which means rebaptized. But that's a whole nother theology, and this is not the step out theology. We talk about faith, but stepping out in faith, not about the Amish faith. So the Amish in a business model, as we think about the Amish, the community helps decide, say, hey, this will be a good business for you to go in. So they listen to their peers, they listen to the needs of the community to decide what business they will go into. And also, and there are different kind of Amish. Now, there are different communities, and each community may do it a little bit differently. But at least in Holmes County, Ohio, this is how they do it. That's my understanding. So the other thing is that also money. The Amish are self-sufficient to some degree. Is financially. The money that they make goes back into the community. So you don't have to get a high interest loan from a bank. You can actually do a lot of the financing for your business within that community. And you listen to your peers. So you know the needs of the community. You've consulted with the community, and then you're financed by the community. That's a great thing. That's a great business model. And it's something I think that we can learn as we look to step out, especially as families. We need to support one another. Oftentimes we all want to go off and do our own thing. That's that's what you do when you're young, right? I want to go make it on my own. I'm going to go out to New York. I'm going to go as far away from home as possible. And then often we're out there on our own, and then we have to come back after the world has beat us up and abused us. But the Amish community is a little bit different. And now one of the things I will say, and maybe this is going to be more Amish than I intended the podcast to be. One of the interesting things about the Amish is Rumspringa. Now, look that up, right? Rumspringa. It's like the running around is my understanding of what that means. But you have a choice to join the church. So like if you're Amish, you're part of the Amish church, but you have a choice. Like even if you are born into an Amish family, you have a choice if you're going to be a part of the church or not. So Rumspringa is a term for rite of passage during adolescence. And again, it means running around. So the young people get to go through this time of Rumspringa where they can kind of run around and figure out what they're going to do. They run around and sow their wild oats. Don't you wish your parents said, hey, when you were a teenager, hey, you just run around, just go find yourself when you're a teenager. Now, a lot of us do it, but we do it without our parents knowing it. So in the Amish community, there is some freedom giving and young people get to basically sow their wild oats. They get to figure out if they really want to be a part of church, and then after they decide to be a part of church, they have to follow the rules of the church and be a part of that community. And maybe maybe that adds to some of the success that happens in the Amish communities, is because they give the young people a chance to kind of decide to be a part. It's not like necessarily forced upon them, and it's not like true rebellion. So many of you, not me, many of you listening to this podcast and watching on YouTube may have rebelled against your parents and went out there and did crazy stuff and got in trouble. But what would it have been different if your parents said, "Hey, Sarah, go out there and have fun. Go ahead and do some running around. Go out there and sow your wild oats. And then when you're ready to follow the rules of the house, you can come on back home." Maybe it would be different. Maybe we need to do that in our culture to help people test the waters of their freedom in a somewhat safe environment. I think we have to allow kids, and again, I'm going off track, right? We have to allow our kids and our children to experience some things, but in a guided way. I think sometimes we just tell kids no as parents, and then they rebel and they just go do just crazy stuff. But we're talking about business. We're talking about Amish business models and why they are successful. In any endeavor in life, we have to have a call bigger than ourselves. Your call just can't be to make money, right? It can't be. I mean, how much money can you make? Like, Bill Gates is a billionaire. Do you think money is what drives him to continue to do the things that he does with Microsoft? No, I'm sure he appreciates having $1 billion. I would appreciate having $1 billion, but that is not going to make you wake up every day in the morning. It's like, I got $1 billion. What else are you going to do? I mean, it's like Monopoly money. He can do anything that he wants to. He could buy Connecticut if he wants to. If Bill Gates got up in the morning and said, "Hey, Connecticut, I'm going to buy you today," how much is it going to be? He has enough money to do that, right? He has enough money to buy Connecticut. Now, what are you going to do with Connecticut? I don't know. I don't want Connecticut. I might try to buy Miami. I might try to buy in Miami. But it has to be something more than just money. It's something. It's a larger purpose. Maybe he enjoys doing the thing that he was created to do. This software, this technology. He's touched and transformed the world, and I think that should be the goal of all of us: to touch and transform the world. And in the Amish community, it's a self-contained community, and so they want to keep their community alive. They want their community to thrive. And I think if we go into our business with that mindset, with that passion, I think that our chance for success will greatly increase. We don't want to just go into business for ourselves just to make money. It has to be something else. Like, it has to be something greater than ourselves. It has to be about leaving a legacy to our children, or leaving a legacy to something that we believe in. Maybe you want to save the whales and you want to leave all your money to Greenpeace. Who knows? Money is an means to an end, and so is business, being an entrepreneur. I don't want to just be an entrepreneur just for the sake of undertaking complex challenges. No, I want to put my stamp on the world. I mean, that's why I do this podcast. That's why I do all the other things that I've done. And I've been fortunate to work in in ministry and some career fields that I felt like made a difference in the world. It's not just about getting a paycheck and waking up every morning and punching the clock. I don't know if I could do that. So I challenge you, as you listen to the Step Out podcast, to go out, to step out on faith and impact your world. Because life is too short for you to not live it to the fullest, and for you not to love the life that you live. Thank you for joining me for another episode of the Step Out podcast. I hope that you will subscribe on either YouTube, Stitcher Radio, or iTunes, and follow me each and every week. And remember, this month, show gratitude.